Hello. Is that working better? There we go. Man, I feel bad. Yeah, that's not going to do anybody any good. We're going to have to get that cleaned up real fast. We're going to go ahead and at least shift over to this. Don't know which one's going to be the actual one that's live. Connection, no data. I want this one to be deleted forever. Whereas this one... Hey, how's it going, Sebcraft? We're having my face on because earlier, the first time I set up the stream, we were having some audio issues, and unfortunately I had to restart the software, which killed the stream. We're going to go ahead and get this remade. Boom. Perfect. Alrighty. Ah! Nope, this one's been removed. Yes, I'm aware I removed it. I'm the one that did it. Let's get the chat up. I'm aware I removed it. Yes! Is this a debug stream? No, it's not a debug stream. Well, I guess it is now. Alrighty, it'll actually be more of a debug stream if someone plays Cymanti. Then we're gonna squash those bugs. Alrighty, anywho, let us go ahead and shift on over to Polytopia. This stuff that everyone's actually here excited for. If we go to multiplayer, we'll be able to see... Ooh, I got a friend. Yeah, sure. We are on the 105 version, which is the AQUARION beta update. This one is honestly really exciting. We're going to go ahead, click and hold here, enable all of them. I was just testing to see how AQUARION interacts with the other tribes, and especially with Cymanti, it's pretty interesting for the idea that tiles can be flooded and then algaed up. It's... Alright, stay hydrated, everyone. So, AQUARION! From the deep oceans, the long-lost civilization appears. This Thalissic tribe has risen from the depths to bring peace back to the square. All AQUARION units are amphibious and excel in the water, and their own flooded terrain, but are less effective on land. They can converge water ruins into aquatic cities and harness the power of mighty sea monsters. Now, those sea cities are interesting. It's great to get another city for production, but they only produce 2 stars, which is actually kind of bad. Just like this start. So, if we take a look here, all of these tiles are now going to be flooded. Flooded tiles allow movement for both land and water units, but no roads. So people can't build roads on these, which also solves another interesting problem, which is the rider roads. Suddenly, I mean, riders are still going to be just fine, but rider roads are no longer going to excel in these maps. And I find that fascinating. We're going to go down. I should have looked at what tribe. Venger and... Oh, gosh. Move down here. So the nice thing about AQUARION, because of their new setup that they have, is fishing is now always relevant to them, even on dry lands, which, if we consider AQUARION's theme of they are the aquatic people, I think that's actually a really good thing. Very impressive beta test. Yes, yes it is. This one is super exciting. So of course AQUARION, like all All their techs are, for the most part, untouched. Waterways, which is the original roads tech, we no longer have roads, we have atolls. And atolls are... I can't begin to tell you how powerful atolls are. With this start, we're going to go ahead and just pick up organization, unfortunately. Ooh, it's pretty dang good. I would have loved to have had a fishing start, but that's okay. Then we're going to go ahead and pick this one up. Let us shift over to... this one. Why does it feel like this music player has gotten even more quieter? How's the music audio? Go ahead and please let me know. No fishing meta this time set. Right? We are going to be picking up fishing. But there are two important techs. Sort of like how... you know all the tribes have their own way they diverge into the web. I really do think that sharks, and more importantly, navigation for Yelly Bellies is going to be one of the main meta units besides Tridentians. Tridentians are still going to be important for Aquarion, but Waterways is going to be one of the most important techs for this atoll as well as these flooded tiles. I just bumped the music up, so let me know how the balance is, because apparently there's some weird stuff going on with my computer. But we're going to be trying to pick up waterways essentially as quickly as we can, which means, again, we're going straight back to Rider Roads, Aquarion style. We'll be achieving this by, go ahead and picking the city up, fruit, and while I would love to pick up an explorer, I'm worried it's going to go into this back corner. So we're going to go ahead and pick up a workshop. Maybe I should have just picked one up anyways. Pass the turn. We are fairly certain because of resource. There's another village either here or here. But we are going to go ahead and send our unit forward and find barter. Fascinating. We're going to go ahead and just move our unit outwards. In 3 turns, we can pick up waterways, but is there a better avenue of us to level up our cities? And I think the answer on that one is actually yes. At least in this instance. Oof, not good. We're going to start off with farming. We're going to pick that up. Farm here. And unfortunately, because of the text we have to just pick up another workshop. And pass the turn. That gives us Vision of Barter, allowing us to build a farm, build ourselves another farm, get some much valuable resources. And... ooh, construction is a little enticing. Nah, it's not enticing enough. We're still going to be trying to head over to waterways and writing. So we're going to go ahead and pick up writing, get ourselves two amphibians? Nope, just the one. Move this unit on over to here. Ooh, no dice. You over here, that's a bummer. And pass the turn. Free spirit just to go for the 100%. I think we almost have to. That's a bummer. I really wanted to pick up waterways to get atolls and then level this city up one further. But unfortunately, it looks like we really need to just go free spirit. Luckily, it gets us one step closer to Tridentans, but we're going to go ahead and disband this mermaid. This will give us the option for... we got to pick up a... We're gonna go full economic and pass the turn. Find the 4 lighthouses to get the Eye of God. We will be actually exploring with this back city, and it will allow us to explore all the way to here, and there's a chance we could find this lighthouse here in the southern corner, which would be fantastic. We're going to go ahead and grab waterways, and... man, if only I could place it here to connect all of them. The Eye of God be looking cool. Yes, yes it is. We're going to keep this unit alive. There's no reason for us to disband it yet. And... pass the turn. We are going very economic. Before we move on with this turn, are there any techs we need to pick up? And I think the answer on that one is actually just clearly yes. We need fishing. So we're going to pick up fishing, capture. Fortunately, it's 1 space away from here. But this warrior can start moving out. Shinshi! How interesting. We could pick up a farm here. That gives us free resources. Fruit. Fruit. And then let's get that Explorer to get the Eye of God. It's going to be really close. Oh, the Explorer decided to mess with us. Isn't that beautiful? We have to pick up a mermaid here for safety. In case they decide to just pick up roads. It is a possibility. We got to respect our opponent. That is beautiful. Alrighty, if we build an atoll here, that gives us 2 pops at this city, allowing us to get our first super unit. Metropolis is acquired. It is turn 11 though, so we are running out of time. Resources. We're very close to being where we need to be. Issues is we have 11 turns. That is the biggest issue we're dealing with. 11 turns, our economy really could be doing better. We have a monument. We could place a Park of Fortune. I'm going to go ahead and just place this Park of Fortune down right here in order to prevent a bridge from being built there. And then we're going to go ahead and grab fishing. Population growth. All we need is aqua crops now, and then that's a crab. Amphibian. 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 Pass the turn. Good morning, Megu! How does everyone feel about the new Aquarion? On all of my playtests, they've been incredibly fast, but in this game, we're being kind of slow. We're going to go ahead and build the aqua farms. Get ourselves those resources. Aqua farm. Time for crab! Ooh, I should have moved it down, actually. We're going to save our stars for better stuff past the turn. There's Shinshi! Bridges can only be built on no man's land. Is it possible to place bridges in enemy fields? No. If something is in enemy territory, you're not allowed to build or destroy it unless, well, in most cases, Aquarion is allowed to modify the landscape of the other tiles. I'm trying to decide how I want to proceed with this, because I'm trying to figure out the best avenue to secure our win, but we only have really 6 turns to do everything, which means probably sharks. Ooh, spearing would be pretty good too. Because Tridentans can actually... It's gotta be spearing, right? In this case? Because I was a little too slow on building up the economy. Because sharks are literally just rammers. They just can't go onto land, though, is the issue. We're gonna go spearing for now. Tridentin. Tridentin. Amphibian. Yeah, land invasion is going to be very difficult, especially with the whole, we gotta try to do this without losing units. We can move this unit all the way over here. Bob. Pass the turn. Why then be afraid of bridges from barter? Because then they can invade me by land. Yikes. Ready to go. Phew. Moving on over to here. We're going to move this amphibian here to body block. Make sure our Tridentin doesn't get hit. And of course, the main goal is to prevent the enemy from getting a proper navy. We're going to go ahead and disband this amphibian. It's not worth the risk of losing it. Make sure that they can't get onto the water. Shoot. I needed to move the crab here. That was a mistake. Can you beat Aquarion on a water maps? It's gonna be tricky. I mean, I can easily beat the AI. It's just we're trying to do this perfectly. Is the real challenge. And by perfectly, we mean there's no loss of units. And we have to do it within a certain time frame. Luckily, I think the AI is generally stupid, so we get to get away with this play. We do. Oh, thank goodness. Killer Monument is complete. Alright, we're going to flood this tile and start bringing the water to barter. Need you to go there. Need you to go there. We're gonna disband this. You're too slow. Need you to move here. Woo! I'm glad I didn't move to this tile right over here. I seriously love the Yelly Belly. You can't pinpoint why. It's such a fun name. Why would you not like the Yelly Belly? So the trickiest thing really is how do we get to these catapults? We'll get powerful rammer soon. Maybe. I think we really got to go swords maids. We're gonna get sharks. We gotta go shark. We do have a gate of power. So we're gonna go ahead and pass the turn. No! Really? That is brutal. Ooh, navigation actually sounds good. Pick up these stars, because why not? Ooh, I forgot that the shark only has 10 HP. That's not what I thought would happen, right? That is not at all what I thought was going to happen. But this is now a flooded tile, which means we can zip on over here, kill this unit, and then zip on back into a much more safer manner. We're going to flood this tile. We're going to move this unit safely over to here. Org. We could build an atoll. That does no snow good, though. It'd be better if we could build an atoll here, but there's so much. Atoll here? Man, I wish I got that city last turn. My first thought was that the crocodile would make more sense than shark. Possibly. I think it's time we get a crab here. So we're just going to build a gate of power. Population growth. And the crab's going to go down one tile. Fantastic. We gotta grab a couple of tridents. Ooh, maybe a shark. Yeah, we're gonna get a shark down there. So unfortunately, we're now gonna be losing multiple units. We just can't deal with that catapult. Shark on land looks weird. Yeah, maybe. Start moving these units out. Gotta keep this unit as far away as we possibly can. Ooh. It's about time I give myself a promotion. Christopher, good morning! Sharks can't... Yeah, sharks can't go on land, but yeah, they can siege coastal cities. Tridentin goes here. Amphibian, shark. It's got to be another Tridentin. Flood, because why not? And then we can move you to here. Pass the turn. Yep, so they're going to unsiege. Which for me is unfortunate. Ooh, that's a kill. That's a veteran amphibian. Fortunately, I really don't have a good way of dealing with all of this. I'm going to try to finish dealing with this Juggernaut in a timely manner. Attack here, move it on back, secure the siege. We gotta go climbing. We need this crab to just go ahead and move here. You can go here, attack. Move you here so we can flood that tile, I guess. Move you here, attack Juggernaut. Need you to recover so you don't get one shot. Secure the kill. Tridentin. It's the best way to go over the land. Need more stars for Yelly Belly. No, Yelly Bellies are 8. Alright, why aren't we getting Yelly Bellies? Let's get some Yelly Bellies going. We're going to go ahead and promote. Pass the turn. So, unfortunately, as everyone's probably realized at this point, we kind of failed to win the game within the time frame. Fortunately, it happens. Rather, this crab be positioning itself in a much more dangerous position. Yelly Belly. Goes there. Shark Siege here. Go here. Attack. Move over here. I need you to flood this tile. We're gonna go ahead and capture. No reason not to. Slowly putting ourselves in the better position. We're going to continue to keep moving forward. So, a lot of... Let's see. We're just going to flood these tiles. Give our units better movement. Yeah, this one's gonna be tough. Do we just disband these amphibians? This guy's gonna do nothing. He's from the wrong city. Also from the wrong city. Wow. I just wanted to open up this city. That makes that very tricky. So, we're gonna want sharks, tridents. Guess I could be training sharks from back here. And we're just training sharks just for fast mobility. Stop putting marketplaces all the way in these terrible locations, please. That is the worst city that it could have possibly been. Sure, we'll take all this free economy. Sure, I'll take as free super unit. Think that is a bug? Nope, not a bug. It's a feature. Yelly belly. Yelly belly. Flood. We gotta just keep flooding these tiles. Yep, border expansion, you got it. Issue is the city's just gonna get sieged next turn. And another unit's gonna die. Can we just pick up Aquatism? Yeah, we're just gonna pick up Aquatism. Now, Aquatism does not give us benefits on flooded tiles, but we still, of course, get the benefit on the water, which in this case is good. Oh no, our city's getting sieged. Alright, flood this tile. I really want to be able to move this Yelly Belly as far forward as possible. Which in this case is going to be here! Ooh, let's secure that siege, shall we? This needs to be a Sword Maiden in all actuality. We can't afford a Sword Maiden, so we're going to pick up Strategy instead as the cheaper unit to just slowly move onto the water and start flooding everything. Maybe that's the correct way to go. Get this siege a-rolling, move you forward, siege with the Trident. Trident, didn't like it. Flood. Atoll. Atoll. Get ourselves another super unit, 'cause why not? It's time for crab! We can get sharks in these far back cities. Secure this kill here. Get this siege here. That's the capital. Yikes. Cool thing is, the swordsmen don't receive that defensive bonus. Brutal. We can actually delay and prevent them from defending by simply just doing this. Veteran Shark! At this point, now we just need units to get onto the water. So sharks and Yelly Bellies are cool, but notice like they're still stuck in the water. I can slowly put them in the water, but the biggest trouble is I gotta get them into the water or onto the land. I assume it's a random games. It is random games this first stream. Yes, it's because we're unlikely. Well, random games. In this case, I'd rather be getting challenged by people that have the update, so we can experiment. And The first one I really want to do, for anybody who's willing, is test out something a little crazy, and I want to do a small drylands. Because I'm certain that's a thing a lot of people are asking themselves is, okay, well, how does the new Aquarion do on drylands? Explorer Monument is complete. Flood this tile. Fishing. Atoll. You can go there, you can go there. At this point, we would just be trying to flood everything, but tridents are not the best units for doing that. But yeah, like this, it's just, it's also nice. The most likely opponent would be Cymanti in that case. Possibly. Almost had the 3 stars. Canon, quick view. In order to view the details on your camera, click this balloon to see the details. Why? Alrighty. But yeah, so I'm really curious on where. So, I mean, it could end up just being against a Cymanti, but we're not playing against a random person. I mean, I could try just doing, like, I could do this, and then see if somebody joins. But we're probably gonna have to do a targeted game. My yellow is probably about to tank, by the way. Oh, the name is so fitting, River and Queens. He's not on the beta. Butt of shame. If anybody's wanting to challenge us, our name is, of course, Tolby. You need to challenge the PC version. I am also the phone version, but we're not playing on the phone. I'd be willing to go if you'd like. Yeah, go for it. Don't set it to a live game. Set it to 24 hours so that we have time to explore options, because this isn't about like, hey, this we're gonna high stakes, we gotta play it as quickly as possible. This is about exploration and seeing what Aquarion is capable of and what kind of strategy would be expected out of them. Because though they should be dominant on the water, thanks to their units that they would have, Yelly Bellies and all that, making it hard for anybody to make an aggressive push. But in this case, it functions very similarly to Polaris with the ice mechanic, but slower, which is probably better. I don't know how I feel about being able to break or create ice instantaneously. That one I'm like, I thought it was great, but whenever I'm playing games, it feels way too punishing. Yeah, Seb's gonna be playing games later. There's gonna be another stream followed up 2 hours after this one, where, by the way, there's gonna be Aquarion keys getting passed out, so be sure to stop by to that live stream to get to see more Aquarion games and get a chance for getting your hands on Aquarion if you own a Steam version. Do you have a tribe you'd like for me to be? Just not Aquarion, so that way we're not worrying about a mirror match. That's it. That way we can see how Aquarion does against a human opponent in a drylands condition. Sebcraft votes for Yadak. Thanks, Megu. Alrighty. So, we'll read it out loud again. Aquarion, from the deep oceans, a long-lost civilization appears. This Thalistic tribe has risen from the depths to bring peace back to the square. All Aquarion units are amphibious and excel in the water and their own flooded terrain, but are less effective on land. They can convert water ruins to aquatic cities and harness the power of mighty sea monsters like Yelly Belly. Alrighty. Yeah, Megu definitely avoids screen peeking. You also can see it in their gameplay. Alrighty, so with this start of Aquarion, you know, we're unfortunately back to the original version where Aquarion starts with absolutely no starting tech. Now, the writing was great, but as Mijiwan had stated, they wanted this to be a temporary solution, and it was a good temporary solution, but with this new update Aquarion's getting, it's probably for the best, as in certain conditions, we'll be able to see how quickly Aquarion can potentially excel with their economy. And that was one of my biggest complaints, is Aquarion economy was way too slow and too terrible. We're going to head a little bit more towards the center. But I'm going to make a decision. Since we're playing against a land-based tribe, we may not know that, but if you look at the scores, we're starting with Luxador's score points, whereas our opponent's starting at the 600s. I actually can see that we probably have a village either here or here, and I want to head towards that lighthouse. Again, our goal is to level up our city as quickly as possible past the turn. So what we're going to be wanting to do is either picking up hunting, organization, or fishing for a quick early game economic boost, and then to quickly pivot our way to waterways, as flood is going to be essential for us combating any land-based tribe. That's Delirion. Is your opponent Yadak? Our opponent is Illyrion. So this is probably a pretty good test. I wonder if Megu has the Midnight Skin, so everyone can see the Midnight Skin we were also showcasing a couple of weeks ago. So we have a very interesting dilemma on how to proceed here. Because again, it's always about what's the best way to proceed. Now Aquarion, I don't know if the resources have been balanced in any new sort of way, but but Illyrion likes to have animals and fruit, so it's kind of hard to balance that here as well. So even though I think I'm going to take the safer path, we're going to go organization, just to have a stronger early game economy. Illyrion is very beatable with early aggression. You are correct. So this city's going to stay a little low-leveled for just a little bit. Farms are okay for Aquarion sometimes, right? We need the strongest early game economy we possibly can get. Pass the turn. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and capture fruit, and we're going to explore. Hopefully it goes down. Yep. All right, we found Illyrion. That's their capital. And we now have full vision. Of course, they are starting off with the sanctuaries. A very safe start indeed. We are going to be picking up riders, as riders are going to be our early way of expanding the water and exploring as quickly as possible. For now, our opponent, we can tell with his Polytar, their primary goal is to actually pick up this ruin, so we are going to attempt to contest that. Next turn, we want riding and 2 riders. In order for us to do that, our opponent's going to go here. We can't train a rider here. We're going to go ahead and train ourselves a mermaid and pass the turn. So we were just counting to see what our opponent's going to do. They're going to move their Polytar here, which means next turn, if we wanted to train... If we wanted to train ourselves the... rider... I'm in danger! Alrighty, that's not what I wanted to see at all. Bop-a-da-bop. Move you over here. Bop-a-da-bop. But we're going to go ahead and pick up riding. Amphibian. And we got to be spamming out these amphibians now. Pass the turn. Just got to get through this first wave. Oh, it's rough because they've also managed to rush to here. That's the tricky thing. They can't one-shot that, but they can secure the kill. But now we can secure the kill in response. Our economy is 1 star per turn lower than I need it to be, and it's actually currently bad. But if we can get through this first wave, we should be fine. Yup. The important thing is we got riders. Alrighty, we gotta train an amphibian down here. And then we gotta train a mermaid. Mermaid, pass the turn. This is gonna be rough, especially with this tile here being a forest. That is probably the worst case scenario we could have had. They're gonna siege the city, and we cannot unsiege. Actually, yeah, we can't unsiege. Man, just a few too many Polytars. They have climbing. Man, this is such an aggressive start. And pass the turn. Their economy is so strong. Yeah, this one's rough. I do want to try again. I think they just had some pretty dang good luck. Guys, expand here. Polytar push over here. Why didn't you move to a ruin? I mean, I could attempt, but I'm not. It's not like I'm going to be capturing the ruin. Yeah, because we wouldn't be capturing any ruins. Well, we're about to secure 3 kills. We've only trained 1 unit. Surprised it didn't hit this unit. Are you wanting to trade? That was really a misplay on their part, but that's okay. They built a sanctuary on the front. Pass the turn. Rough start. Yeah, it was a... Oh, yeah. Nah. They've got writers now. At this point, I think I just got... We just get outproduced. We'll try again. Rematch. We're going to delete that. Oh, man. That could have got better. I need to also save these replays. I do kind of want to try again against the same kind of opponent. It's a perfect introduction to new Aquarion. Yeah, part of it really comes down to that was a really powerful Illyrion start, so I'd rather just say it was that and not really the fact that Aquarion is just not good. And of course, we're also putting Aquarion technically on their worst map on dry land, so... But that's okay. Come on, Megu! Megu! Alright. I want to save that replay, but I'm also trying to get some stuff done. We've got a little less than an hour left, so we could probably sneak in one more. Let's try another Drylands game real fast. Sorry, welcome back. Nah, we're doing a rematch. YouTube is so laggy. Yeah, I've been noticing that lately. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna nope, not pass and play. Dry land, 24 hours. We're gonna go ahead and pick Aquarion, but what we can do is invite link. In the Polytopia general chat in our Discord, I've sent a replay link, so one person can join. First come, first serve. Ship your PC so I can make my turn. Also, are we able to use... I forget if we're able to post... There you go. So there's a gameplay link in the YouTube chat. I forgot that we can do that. At one point, YouTube was not allowing it, but we can do that now. So there's an invite link. You're going to need to be on the beta. If you're not on the beta, I am going to kick you. but we are specifically looking for just... you can play anything. If you want to play Cymanti, go for it. I discourage you playing Aquarion because we're trying to see how Aquarion does against a land opponent. Because mirror matches, it's all going to come down to, you know, map RNG as well as individual player skill. But we're really wanting to see how the tribes interact with each other. That is the current goal. Jojo! Hey! They are on the version! Alrighty. We're gonna go ahead. Remove them. Alrighty. Thanks, Jojo! Looks like a potential Quetzali game. We're gonna go ahead and Mermaid up. Pass the turn. It was too slow. Yep. First come, first serve. I'm pretty certain we played against JoJo before. Oh, this is such a bastard. My PC is potato. That's fine. Pretty certain our opponent's Quetzali. Is there anybody else that starts with 620? I'm gonna move purely diagonal here. Yeesh. Now, sharks are interesting because they prefer, like, the forestry and all that, but most of your other units don't have creep. So forests, because we don't have the power of roads, are actually hurting our ability to move. So Aquarion would like to get rid of a lot of trees, or at least thematically as far as I'm seeing. Move you here. No! It's a Hudrick game! Fascinating! Organization. Fruit. Fruit. Workshop. We're going to be getting an Explorer. As we can see, the landscape kind of goes horizontally here, so our opponent spawns in the southern corner of this map. Ooh. That is rough for us. Now, the real question is do they have a warrior behind? I don't think they do. Do we really have to delay capturing? I really don't want to delay capturing. No, so they don't have a warrior behind. We can capture just fine. The final question is do we pick up a tech first? I think we do. We got to pick up farming. And we're just going to go ahead and grab a mermaid in the back and pass the turn. Since our opponent managed to get such the higher score, we know that they don't have a warrior. Why delay? Expand. I'd rather be able to level everything up just fine. We're going to move this warrior this away. That was a mistake. Misplay. Fruit. Fruit. Explore. It will go to the south. And I want this vision. Dang, it did not go to the south I wanted. But we got pretty much the exact vision we needed, though. This is vital information. We're going to go ahead and train ourselves a mermaid. Pass the turn. They're going to contest this village. Alrighty. Time to start getting the killer monument. We have to train a mermaid here. That's a misplay. I should have leveled this city up first. How's the beta? It's fantastic! Thoroughly enjoying it. Man, we need writing. I gotta improve my economy. Farm. Workshop. And pass the turn. So, interesting. Gonna secure the kill here. Yep. Okay. But no, the beta's been fantastic. Once Aquarion, always Aquarion. Farm. Fruit. Resources. Farm. Fruit. This is why we picked up farming when we did. Resources. So that way we are able to start. They got bad economy. Exactly. Our opponent's economy is not doing so hot. Mermaid. Pass the turn. We'll be able to get writing here in just a moment. Because as sooner we can get these... a single atoll here is going to level this city up. What starting tech should Aquarion have now? I don't think so. If they start off with writing, waterways would make their economy way too good in the early game, plus they would be way too fast. I think it's fine back to the way it is, well, or to the way it was. Which is the way it is now. Time to pick up writing. Amphibian. Amphibian. We go there, he dies, so we move him down here. Capture. And we pass the turn. They could also have a Luxador. So here's my take about Luxador. It's a very minor buff, but here's what I think needs to be done. Notice on turn 0, you don't get stars. What if every tribe got stars on their starting turn? So you'd get the +2 and whatnot. But instead of starting with 5, every tribe should start with 3. That's my take on Luxador's balance, but not my game. So I'll just leave it at that. Get to go over here. Any predictions for the next thing getting reworked? They still want to rework a lot of things. Cymantes should be getting a rework, but it's not the top priority. They're gonna be. They wanted to rework this the philosophy and smithery tree and all that. but they decided to only focus on one update at a time instead of everything all at once. See, this is a good play by our opponent because this forces us to pick up techs. So, should I pick up climbing? And the answer is yes. By picking up climbing, we can go here, bop-a-da-bop, and then this village is now ours. We're going to just move you back and get that vision. Move you over here, and we'll pass the turn. But I actually think the next thing that's happening is an AQUARION skin. Oh, I forgot to train a unit. That's hilarious. I don't think we needed to train a unit. I think we're fine. So now the new thing is how do we start attacking the opponent? Their economy's not so great. They are playing Hudrik, but the trickiest thing is our amphibians are fragile. So do we just pick up strategy so we can slowly... Maybe that's the way. Hilarion. That's hilarious. I love it. Ooh, level 3. We're going to pick up waterways. Something that really bugs me is that Mindbenders can't heal your allies. So, should Shaman boost friendly, allied units? That is going to be my first question to you. Waterways. Imagine boosted knights. Maybe not boost. Okay, then Mindbender shouldn't. Samantha already gets teamed on all games. Yeah, for good reason. Boost is different though. No, it's a Mindbender ability. Alrighty, pass the turn. But that is, so having an extra reason to team with Cymanti is okay. Yes. Isn't it beautiful? So with this, we are now going to start slowly pushing into our opponent's territory with flooded terrain. Move you over here. Is there a city hiding back here? Looks like the answer is no. We'll just pick up those ruins. Just gonna get that extra vision. That's vision I actually really like to see. We're going to focus on the economy, which is going to be an atoll here. Population growth. We're gonna put in a toll here. Get ourselves the super unit. Aquarion's blue land makes so much more sense now. Yep. So here's the power of atolls. I just 10 stars, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pops for my capital. You could not allow boosting ally units, only allow healing for Mindbender, Science, it's helium. You probably could, but then you get people complaining for the other way around. That one's just inevitable. We're gonna go and get a workshop here. Mermaid. Pass the turn. It's 12 pops for a total of 10 stars. Oh yeah, you're right. It is 12 pops for a total of 10 stars. I'm actually really worried our opponent's already here in this corner. Maybe we should be picking up strategy. Secure the kill? Yep. We're of course going to be leveling up Nofik for, you know, free, just our free economy we're getting from that. I don't know, archers are good against defenders. You're right, riders are generally good against archers. The issue is with our unique setup of we're bad in this scenario. Ooh. Not what I wanted to see. But also, that's not what my opponent wanted to see either, I suppose. Mermaid, mermaid, amphibian, amphibian, amphibian. Oh, sure, we'll build a farm back here. And I don't think we're close enough for the explorer to work. We'll go workshop. That's everything. Pass the turn. Oh, I forgot about this warrior. That's one unfortunate thing, is the pink melts in with the mountains a little too much. So I actually completely forgot about this warrior's existence despite being zoomed out. Aquarion capturing a Polaris city instantly floods all tires, and Aquarion Moonies also flood land. Is that actually true? That's really cool if that's the case. That actually makes a lot of sense. Both thematically as well as gameplay-wise. So while archers are going to be good against defenders, it's still going to take 4 archers to kill 1 defender. And if I'm training 2, 3 defenders a turn, they can't kill the defenders fast enough, and we can flood the tiles and then start moving in with our actual naval units. I also have the option of going archery, I suppose. No, that really is cool to know, Ritby. Woo! Swords Maiden! Resources! Goodness, there's no good place for this. We're still gonna train an amphibian, though. Bop-a-bop. You can only move one unit space a turn. We can train. Ooh, in fact, we can kind of just train amphibians everywhere. Start going on the offensive and pass the turn. But the goal is we want these amphibians to start flooding tiles. And now we also have the potential of going with marine life, or actually none of these are going to work well against archers. I just love the name Swords Maiden. Yes. I could also just go, because I already have climbing. So strategy is the slower, hey, I'm in the way. I'm walking here. With defenders. Because the real goal is we want defenders to flood tiles so we can start pushing forward. It's Swords Maiden, not Swords Maiden. Oh, okay. Thanks, thanks, Rippy. Rippy was trying to note that it's Swords Maiden instead of Swords Maiden. My bad, Rippy. I feel like they've been saving for catapults. They're trying to save for a better economy is what they're saving for. It's just their economy is shot right now. You heal. We're just specifically to go there with these units. Mostly it's because they have to go after the crab. Oh, man, I could pick up archery right now. I could pick up smithery right now. Archery is actually the correct way to go. Amphibian in the back. Hunt. Hunt. Resources. And we'll pass the turn. Did you know AQUARION doesn't have the Burn Forest tech? That is correct. They no longer have Burn Forest. They only have Fertilize. Adds a crop to the selected tile. But if you want, it's technically actually better because we have Clear Forest. So you can clear the forest, get a star, and then plant crops. It's technically better. Yeah, plus of the rather than 15 stars for a farm, it's 10. Only 10 stars now. Yes. So there's that catapult tech you were afraid of. They're gonna expand the borders. No, they're rushing for a giant. Also, no need for spiritualism. Yeah, another nerf to spiritualism. I mean, the main reason you'd want to get spiritualism is to block knights. We're in a very domineering lead right now. We did win a lot of these early skirmishes, and our economy is just superior. Yes, they're now getting giants. But it's our opponent's job to play catch-up, not for us to play catch-up, which is not where you ever want to be in a game. Because we also just picked up archers. resources. Wow. This amphibian's actually just in the way. I gotta move him. Killer Monuments is complete. We're gonna flood this tile. I believe Spiritualers is terrible. Is a terrible place in, since offense is best defense. Generally, yeah. Which is really unfortunate. You should feel punished for picking up attack. Alright. Hunt. 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 Oh, border growth. Wow. I really want to kind of start using the Yelly Bellies. Because I think we could probably get away with it. So amphibians, of course, need to be trained here in the back. We're going to do mining real fast. Mine. Another crab. Yelly Belly, I'm trying to make it work, but I keep just not seeing it. The issue is we gotta flood the tiles. Yeah, you know what? I should go strategy and then to Yelly Bellies. Mermaid Archer, pass the turn. It's just because we want to be flooding tiles. Defenders are slow, they block the path. So defenders are the initial Yelly Bellies, and then we use Yelly Bellies to follow up to protect the waters. Thoughts on new Yelly Belly? I love it. It's great. See, because all these units need to be attacking and doing stuff, but I really need to be flooding these tiles. Like, this archer has to attack here. So that can go there. We're going to zip them on over to here. We'll siege with this. It will be unsieged, but that's okay. Attack. Attack. Whack. Whack. Crap. You go there. Like, we gotta start flooding tiles. This amphibian's kind of just dead to me for now, unfortunately. You go there. He's gonna sacrifice himself. Sure, we'll throw units in. Also, what's the music? Right now the music is... Warmongers from the game Monster Train, which I've played a lot. Not recently, so everyone who's viewing now is probably not familiar with Monster Train, but it's a deck-building game where you're on a train, but you're the monsters, and you're trying to destroy the heroes. The network monument is complete. Explore. And of course it goes up. Ah! Lovely. Isn't it beautiful? Fruit. Mine. Resources. And mine. Mine. Should I expand? It's not economically, it's not a good reason to expand. We'll do population growth. Fruit. Fruit. Super unit. And pass the turn. I feel Bungle is correct. I'm not sure they will see. Yelly does like almost no damage and is too expensive to set up. Tridents are much easier to make a defensive line. Yes and no. One of the neat things about the Yelly Bellies is, sure, they don't have the fortify, so they're not going to receive a defensive bonus from your cities, but when you train them, they damage all the units around them. So you're able to still get a use out of them just by training the unit. What is this setup? This is not fair at all for our opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess it's technically supposed to be 5 versus 5, and this is their city. But, yeah, our opponent's village density is not that great, so... there's no reason for me to train that yet. Flood this tile, flood this tile, flood this tile, flood this tile. You need to be actively actually attacking the enemy. Not flood, dang it! Flood. Mathematics would be better for me. Have you tried a 9-player free-for-all 100 map size? It's very common to see those games in random matches. I've done them. I'm not a massive fan. It's not my cup of tea. We're just going to spam out units real fast. This moment, we're really just trying to kill off these juggernauts, or these giants. Who hasn't moved yet? Oh. Yep, so they're trying to whittle down. Same thing with what we're trying to do with their giant here. They're trying to whittle down our unit. For 8 stars is not very useful, and the bombers easily outrange them, and they need a buff. Yeah, I mean, don't forget the sharks. The whole intended reason why they have creep is specifically so that way they can deal with bombers. Just start getting these amphibians some more. Start moving these units forward. Flood this tile. Alrighty. Tolby, creep is not sneak. Creep allows them to go through terrain. Sneak... Oh, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. That was my first reaction when I read it. So sharks can move through algae and forests. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Sneak that in. Are we sure about that? In rough terrain. Only hexapods have sneak. Okay, cool. We're just gonna boost our economy just a tad. I'm gonna go ahead and get a border growth here. So that way we apply more pressure to their capital. Mermaid. And we'll pass the turn. Never understood why scouts don't have sneak. They should, just to clarify things. There's also one other thing that should be done is there should be an ability name for units that can't move on land. Because where does it say here that the shark cannot move on land? The important thing is, where does it say the shark cannot move on land? Is it float? Okay, well this archer has float. So this archer can't move on land. Same thing with the amphibian. It has float. It can't move on land. That is a thing that needs to be clarified, because look, these units are moving on land. So we actually need a visual ability that makes it to where we know what can or can't move on land. So the important thing that's happening here is I now have flooded tiles adjacent to a green, and aquatic tag would be nice. Yes. Aquatic, amphibious. Start dealing with this giant. Time to get sharks! Of course, this is our opponent's capital, so if the siege goes through, that's actually already the game. Oops. Misplay. Total misplay. They should have had navigation instead, right? I mean, I could just get a crap here. We passed the turn. We can take their capital, I think. There's, yeah, I don't... They have to do a giant push in order to unsiege, which I don't really see happening. But we have pressure on, at this point, all of their cities. And now that we have flooded tiles too, there... No! No, no, no. The proper thing is you send peace, end turn, and then forfeit. Alright, thanks JoJo for that. That was actually great. So it is 11:32. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and switch over to... We'll just watch the replay of this one. We're going to be playing a lot more games. It's going to happen. We're going to be playing at least 4 more later today. But we're going to be teaming up with Mijiwan in order to get those games up and a-rolling. And we're going to be showcasing with Gato, from similar to the last midnight stream that we had. Aquarion Beta live streams versus... Oh, this was Aquarion versus Illyrion Small Drylands. This one's versus Megu, in case Megu wants that replay saved, and of course this new one. But let's take a look at something which... Aquarion versus Kudrik Small Drylands. This one is versus Jojo. So if we take a look, did he change his name to Jojo? No. Notice this is not Quetzali. Autofocus off, replay fog on. So one thing you're going to notice is how hard it was for us to push in on the land, which I think is okay. But I'm getting a feeling, like, even after that game, I probably should have gone strategy, because it takes 4 archers to kill 1 defender, and if you're training archers and defenders the same rate, your primary objective is push the water onto the opponent's borders. Must be his non-Quetzali account. Well, like, this is not a fair start for our opponent. They played well, but yeah, this was the map, the village density for our opponent was way rougher than it was for us. But we'll be able to see, starting around this, like, look, we have double our opponent's military, and we'll go to turn 12. And how hard it is for us to actually start pushing in on land. Thematically, I think that's fine. But start to expect to see defender plays with Aquarion, where they slowly push forward with defenders, flood the tiles, and then they follow up with their real units. The amphibians, their tridents, maybe sharks. Why did you play Drylands? We're wanting to see how Aquarion would do on a map such as Drylands. Because they're the water tribe. Let's see how this changes a Drylands game. Which, for our opponent, it didn't seem to change a lot, but they had to juggle a lot. First off, they had a terrible early game economy, and it was not their fault. The map just decided that, you know, they don't deserve an actual early game economy. So they're doing what they can with archers to defend. There's not a lot you can do in a situation like this. So our opponent actually did great, considering everything that we threw at them, such as a crab on, you know, turn 12, and them trying to figure out how to recover. It might not have hurt for them to expand the borders, but they needed the giant faster, so it's not a bad play. But we're going to continue to just do experiments like this, because it's sort of like Kiku on Drylands. You know, they start off with fishing, yet they're fun to play on Drylands because of their map generation. I personally believe every tribe should be interesting on all map types. And even with this game, you just got to see us push the water forward in a way somewhat similar yet different to how Polaris does it. I think it ended up in a pretty interesting way. Without the 2-star ruins, would have fallen earlier. Yeah, no, that was great about how that worked out for you. Yeah, archery was in this case the correct way to go, but I probably should have gone with strategy just to push the water. Because then we could have been using these amphibians a lot better and just punish it. Because it's amazing how strong defenders and riders can be against archers. Because archers are only focused against the defender. Yeah, it's an interesting triangle. But at the end, the water did get pushed all the way up to here, but we only changed like 8 tiles this game. Because action economy is pretty important. I wanted to change this one too, but what I was hoping is once we had access to their doorway for these units, that these actual aquatic units like the shark would have been a lot more important, which we just finally built on this final turn. So this shark could have gone all the way to the capital. It could have gone to this city. This shark here, it's the same stats as a warrior. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. So a shark was not going to do it. For some reason, I thought a shark had 15 health. In that case, I should have gone with defenders. But once you push these borders, then Aquarion has a reason to be going into, honestly, their tech tree. And I think that's just beautiful. I hope y'all found that as interesting as I did. We will be back in less than an hour for the next live stream, where we'll be playing, continue to play exclusively Aquarion. We're looking for volunteers to play against, because else I'm gonna have to play against bots. And I mean, I could do perfection, but that's only gonna be so exciting for a certain amount of points. So, and definitely, even if you're a new player and you don't know what's going on, definitely tune into the live stream. We're gonna be giving out Aquarion keys for people who play on Steam. So that way, if you've been wanting to get your hands on Aquarion and now the beta is making it look a lot more exciting, you finally have a chance to do so. I hope to see everybody there in the live stream. I am super excited with this new Aquarion update. It hits all the right stuff. It's pushing the water forward and turning land into water. It's giving Aquarion more units than just Tridentans, and heck, actually making them feel like the water tribe. And heck, maybe we'll have to try them out on Waterworld later, just to see how that feels. So we're not going to be playing, super high competitive games. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of experimentation. If y'all have any requests, please feel free to put them in. But yeah, and we're not playing Massive, sorry. But yeah, that's going to do it for this initial live stream. We will be seeing everybody. That is the wrong thing for me to click. We need to be going here to this point right now. We will be moving on to the next one here in 50 minutes. I gotta get some food in my system because that stream's gonna be going on for hopefully about 3 hours. So we have plenty of time for everybody to stop on by. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in or at least for me, the morning stream. And if y'all aren't able to tune in, don't forget that you'll be able to watch the replays later. And yeah, just leave a comment on what y'all are looking forward to with the new Aquarion update. Hope to see y'all then. Yeah, and at least for this one, y'all have a good one. Be back shortly.